Good morning, day 3 of the 3-day beef and butter fast. Hashtag time to shrink, beef and butter fast. So I'm waking up today at the same weight I was yesterday, which is good news because as you guys probably know the clip before this that you just saw, I had a roll last night at Texas Roadhouse. Bread is a no-no for bariatric patients to a point. Those rolls are not good for me. But anyway, so it's over and done. Didn't beat myself up. The steak was amazing. I don't think I've ever had a steak that delicious than the one that I had at Texas Roadhouse last night. I picked it out myself. It was like 20 bucks for just the steak, and it was worth every bite. So anyhow, so my update today is it's a half a day for the kids at school. My youngest daughter is home. She does not have school today. I am prepping for days to come for my husband and I just made crack slaw, and I'm making beef and broccoli. I am sauteing right now some garlic, and I'm cooking the skirt steak on top of that. I have some steak for me later on as part of my beef and butter fast, and I also just ate my first meal of the day. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. I woke up, of course, really hungry because of probably eating so late last night and everything. So I just had one portion size, which is 3/4 of a cup, and 1 tablespoon of Kerrygold butter and salt, and that's it. So I'll check in later on after today. This is totally an extra insert into this video I'm making, but I just got back from Costco. I bought a rotisserie chicken because, of course, I'm going to make chicken salad out of that, and for $5, that is an amazing offer. Anyways, this is what I want to show you. There are 3 things I picked up today at Costco that I am thrilled for. This is roasted garlic and Asiago chicken chicken sausage, and it's gluten-free, preservative-free, 14 grams of protein. Now, here are the stats. So for one link, and they're pretty long, 120 calories, 7 grams of fat, and only 1 carb, and protein, 14 grams of protein. That is amazing. Let me see if, they're long. They're really long. Excellent. Can't wait to try those. Then this is Teton Waters Ranch. It's 100% grass-fed beef. No hormones, no antibiotics. Certified humane, raised, pastured, blah, blah, blah. Polish sausage. Now, the stats on this are also truly amazing. I'm so excited. So excited, I text my husband to let him know. So one length is 200 calories, 17 grams of fat, less than 1 carb, and 11 grams of protein. And these are thick. So this is my finger tip. So they're pretty thick, pretty long. And then the last thing that was new at Costco I never saw are these. So it's Country Archer mini beef sticks, 50 calories, 5 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar. And then when you flip this over, it's really hard to find a jerky or a beef stick that's 0 carbs. But only 1 stick. Now they're small, they're just like snack size, but 1 stick is 50 calories, 3.5 grams of fat, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and 5 grams of protein. So I am so excited. I got these for my husband. I'm going to definitely try them myself and see what I think, but that is a bonus video of some awesome finds I found at Costco. Good morning, everybody. It's Dory. Welcome back to my weight loss YouTube channel. I am coming at you for my final video that I have put together for my hashtag time to shrink beef and butter fast that I am collaborating with Erica from time to shrink _Erica. So I want to just kind of go over some of the things that I had kind of figured out during this time. I always use fasting, no matter what kind of fasting it is. It can be a water fast, a dry fast. Usually I fast for spiritual reasons. Sometimes I fast to get myself back in the game with this weight loss journey. And so I always try to take something away from it. What I learned, what I'm going to change, what I'm going to apply. It's always a process. This weight loss journey is never over. It's always a process. We're always having to hit our restart button, always. And so this time, I'll go to my results real quick. So before I started this 3 days ago, this is actually a fourth day. I did it for 3 days. So I weighed 180.0. And today I stepped on the scale and I'm 175.6. So basically I lost, those numbers don't add up, because yeah, I lost 4.4 pounds. So in 3 days, I lost 4.4 pounds. I kind of feel like I would have lost maybe 5 pounds if I hadn't eaten that roll with some of the cinnamon butter they had at Texas Roadhouse the other night. And let me talk about that for a minute. So what I learned, the first day I did the challenge wasn't really too bad, but it showed me how much I actually think about food. It showed me how much time I spend thinking about what I'm going to have for my next meal, or when I'm going to eat, or it was very consuming. So that was the first day. Very hard. It was very overwhelming because I had been coming from a week ago today. I had my daughter's birthday party, and from Friday and Saturday, the day I had the party, and then Sunday I ate horrible. And that's why we decided, Erica and I, to do this fast and to help each other, hold each other accountable. She's amazing. I love Erica. She is, she's just kind. She's got a kind heart, kind soul. She definitely strives to be the best. She learns along the way, and she helps those who are around her to do the same. So going into it that first day, it was Tuesday we decided that Wednesday we would do it. And so the first day, not just thinking about food, but trying to detox my mind of what true hunger is. Right now, I have yet to eat, even though I'm off the fast. I can have an egg bite if I want. I can have any of the things that I've prepped. But I'm really not hungry. I haven't eaten since 3:30 yesterday afternoon, and it's already about 8 o'clock here. I don't even know what time it is. Maybe 7:30 in the morning. And so, at 16 hours fasting already, I could go ahead and have an egg bite. I still didn't even have coffee, which I have to say, coffee was the thing I missed the most, having my morning coffee. So that first day is really getting your head out of the clouds and what real hunger is versus head hunger or emotional hunger. Listen, us as women, I think everybody really is emotional to a certain point. I know that women, we can be definitely more emotional on different times. I do believe that God made women to have wonderful emotions, that we were created to have these emotions. They're not something that we should apologize for. I like that I'm a softie, and I like that my heart cares for people, and I like that I cry on commercials. Look at me, I'm already teared up. I won't apologize for, our God-given emotions. But what this actually taught me was that how I can rein in my emotions and not have to eat because of the emotions. So that was day one. Day one was just detoxing off the sugar and the crud and not thinking about food and whether or not I'm hungry and all that. And then day two, I did great during the day. I had already planned to go with my friend out for her birthday. Her birthday was back in March, and we have not been able to get together this whole entire time. I have not been out with any of my friends, out for dinner, drinks, or anything since last August. And so that was crazy. So I planned to go out with this friend for her birthday, and we decided to go to Texas Roadhouse, which was fine because I was doing the beef and butter fast, so I thought it wouldn't be any kind of temptation. I thought I was above it. I wouldn't care whether they brought me rolls, whether they had peanuts at the table. I wouldn't care. But in fact, that's where I've learned also too that there's temptations, and some days you can do it and some days you can't, and that was not a day that I did not give in. And so even though I had everything set up, and I even text Erica to tell her, hey, make sure you ask me later. I'm going out to dinner, make sure I don't have a drink, make sure I'm not eating anything I shouldn't, and ask me later. And I even made a YouTube video, which is in this series that I'm gonna paste together. I still had that roll. While I was waiting for my friend, they brought it, and they're warm and smell so good, like you're in this bread making factory. And then you have the butter there, and you're just like, oh, I'll just try a bite. And I take a little end and I dip it in and I eat it. And then I'm like, oh, and I just opened up Pandora's box from that point. So I learned that from day 2. So, Erica, she was great. She's like, just let it go, move on, don't even think about it. Don't beat yourself up. And so that's what I did. And so, I didn't want to feel bad that I did it to the point of like bashing myself or like, thinking I'm a loser. I moved on. It was not a big deal. And so yesterday, the third day, was actually the better of any of the days because I wasn't hungry. I definitely could separate what was head hunger and what was not. And the thing that really helped was being able to, I drank a ton of water, and then to be able to have, to sip on tea. I had gone to Walmart, and I picked up some peach tea. And so I had my mug of peach tea, and I had two yesterday. And so that's why I hadn't eaten since 3:30 yesterday afternoon. And I'll tell you, there were temptations around me because I have the kids. My husband's working from like 6:30 in the morning to 4:30. I have the kids. Yesterday was a half a day of school, so I wasn't able to get out of the house. Like when they're in school, I'm able to leave and go and do my thing, but I wasn't able to. And so, we ended up going to Costco, my 4-year-old and I, because she was out of school. And I picked up pizza for the kids. I got her a vanilla yogurt ice cream, which I always thought that ice cream was great. Oh my goodness. I used to have a friend who used to do bodybuilding, and she would eat this ice cream. And so she would tell me, oh, it's fat-free and it's great. And it's like the frozen yogurt. Holy maloney. I went and looked on MyFitnessPal and made sure that that was the correct amount. One of those vanilla ice creams, we used to eat them, my husband and I, 182 grams of carbs. 82 grams of carbs for one of those frozen yogurt vanilla. Unbelievable. But anyway, so I got her that, and that was a struggle. And then I brought the pizza home, and Costco pizza is my favorite. I even brought home a rotisserie chicken, which my husband actually is in the kitchen now putting together a chicken salad for us, meal prepping that. And so, everything was around me, and I wanted it. I just wanted a bite of the chicken skin, and I wanted a piece of pizza. I just wanted to take some of the cheese off the pizza and not even eat the crust. But I knew that yesterday was our last day of doing this, and I really wanted to come home strong, and I really wanted to do it. And so day 3 it just proved to me that I can do it. Like, this is a journey. This is, some days are better than other, but that I knew that I could do it. And I want to say for everybody watching out there, you can do it too. Anything that you set your mind to, it doesn't have to be weight loss related. It could be going after a job. It could be, helping your children to achieve something. It could be building something. It could be, fixing your car, whatever it could be. You can do it. Like I think we underestimate ourselves on what we are capable of. And so I just want to say that you can do it. And so day 3 for me really took me over to understand that I can do it. I can get over this hunger, even if it's true hunger. If I wait 30 minutes, drink my tea or have some water or walk away or get distracted and I'm still hungry, then okay, I'm gonna have my first meal and break my fast. So yeah, so I learned that. And then the last thing I learned that I'm going to apply going forward is going to be, I measured everything for this fast. And I only measured, so I would have 3 meals that were only 3/4 of a cup. And so what I did was I still weigh and measure everything. I put it in my fitness pal. I'm almost at 1,100 days straight. So I do that. But what I started doing is measuring in ounces. So I would have, 3 ounces of beef and 2 eggs and then, 2 ounces of something else. So together that was, 5 ounces of something plus the eggs. And so if you weighed it together on your scale, that would be well over probably 8 ounces. And so instead, I'm actually going to keep my portion size to 1 cup, 3/4 of a cup to 1 cup, and that's it. So if I have 2 eggs, I'm gonna put that in the cup. And if I have, bacon or whatever else, I'm gonna measure in that cup. And that's all that I'm going to allow myself to eat in total per meal. And eating slowly was definitely key to feeling full, because I hadn't felt full for a long time because I eat fast and then you're full, but by that point you're probably 2 or 3 spoonfuls over. So that's what I took away in all, from what I'm gonna bring forward. Today, incidentally, is 3 years to the day that I first went to the weight loss seminar at my surgeon's office. It came up on my time hop, which I thought was pretty cool. So 3 years ago today, I went ahead, attended the seminar at Hartford Hospital in Hartford, Connecticut, and learned all about the surgeries. My doctor was there and he went through everything. He talked about, he doesn't do the surgery if you're a smoker, because why would he cure you of the #1 cause of preventable death in the United States if you're just going to kill yourself with the #2 cause of preventable death in the United States? He went over things, what he requires from his patients, and things of that nature. And so anyhow, so happy 3 years to the first step I took into getting this surgery. And then for those of you out there that might be pre-op and wondering how long it took until I actually had surgery, that was today, which is I think today's May 24th. I don't even know what today's date is, May 25th, 24th, whatever today's date is. But it's, so it was the end of May and I had surgery September 12th. So May, June, July, August, September. So 3 months in a couple weeks. I will say the key for all you pre-ops to getting the surgery done quickly is calling your insurance company, making sure what they need for the criteria to cover your surgery, and to be able to get those things done. In my case, I had United Healthcare at the time, and their requirement was 6 months of nutritional counseling. Now, when somebody approaches that, they think, oh, okay, well, let me sign up for 6 consecutive months of counseling. I'll go to this counselor, I'll do this. But in their, wording, it said they would go back 2 years. And so I was able to go to my doctor's office, have them look back all the times I've went to the doctor, and it could have been for strep throat, but in that, he always says at the end of his visit, I want you to concentrate on your weight. If you do X, Y, and Z, this will help you. And so because he did a nutritional counseling, those counted. So right off the bat, I had 3 of them done. My surgeon's office required 2 for him, not the insurance, but him. So I only had to do 3. So that's where the 3 months was. And every time I would go in for a support group or a nutritional meeting or dietitian talk or whatever to the surgeon's office, they always noted that I was very, I'm trying to think of the word, very motivated. So that every time she would write, patient is very motivated. Patient is very motivated. And so that helped the surgeon to see that I wasn't someone who was playing a game. I wasn't someone who wasn't going to take this as a lifelong journey and a lifelong commitment. That I am no joke. If you give me something I'm going to do, I'm doing it with all my heart and soul, and I'm going to do it. And so they put that down, and so that kind of helped move it along. Also, I made all my own appointments. When they told me you have to have a psych evaluation, you have to have this, you know, a heart doctor, I went and I scheduled all those appointments. I didn't wait for the surgeon's office to schedule them. I scheduled them. I did end up going to one heart doctor. I didn't know who the heart doctor was, but when I went for the appointment, it almost prevented my surgery because she told me that I had a heart murmur, and she told me that on the heart machine, the EKG, that it showed I had a heart attack. Now, I knew she was a crock. The crazy thing is that while I was having the EKG, you're not supposed to move. The lady was having me talk, and when I talk, obviously you see I use my hands, I'm Polish. And so she told me, you know, she was asking me all these questions about my kids, about my life, about my husband. And so I said to her, aren't I supposed to lay still? And she's like, oh, no problem. Well, that must have caused my heart and my blood pressure and whatever else. So I went out of there. I told them I would never even pay them. Get me out of this place. That they were crazy. So I went back to my surgeon and I told him, I said, I know that I have a good heart. I've never had any heart problems. So he sent me to his heart doctor. And that was great. And that was in Connecticut. So I did go back to Connecticut. I live in Massachusetts. So I had most of my stuff done in Mass, and all the stuff for the surgery type stuff in Connecticut. So he sent me to his heart doctor, and I passed with flying colors, and they did make me sit there and not move. And so anyhow, so that is another tip to know for you guys to be able to get your surgery moved along quicker. And so that's it. That's all I want to say. I can go on and make this video longer than it already is, but that's really all I have to say about this 3-day fast that Erica and I did. Those are the things that I've learned. Those are the things I'm going to take away. I'm not sure what time I'm going to break my fast today. When I feel like I want to, I'm probably going to keep it on the low today. Some eggs, nothing. I'm not going to go and eat a whole bunch of stuff just because I can. I'm definitely going to have my coffee because I've been dying for my new coffee. I got macadamia nut cookie or macadamia cookie coffee, and so I'm going to have that with my xylitol and my heavy whipping cream. So that's it for now. Thanks for staying as long as this video is with me. I hope that you enjoyed the bonus footage I'm throwing in here with all the stuff I found at Costco and all that. I hope you enjoyed just viewing that. And I'm sorry it's so long, but I hope if I helped one person or anything that it was worth it to you guys. I love you, love you, love you. I'll talk to you guys soon.